Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eesmaa, and today I'm going to show you how to use VeraCrypt and also a demo instructions. I'm gonna have a quick explanation for you guys. So VeraCrypt is a free open source disk encryption software for Windows, macOS X, and Linux, and it is also based on a TrueCrypt. Now, it has features that creates a virtual encrypted disk with a file and also mounts as a real disk. And also it can encrypt in partial or storage device like USB flash drive or hard drive. And also, if you're using Windows, you can encrypt the whole system drive or partitions if Windows is installed. Reboot authentications. Yeah. Um, and also it has more encryption methods available, and it has more stronger and no backdoors. It's open source, can be viewed by anyone for to review the codes and yeah. So let me show you the quick demo. Let's get started. Warning, always back up all the files before encrypting it. VeraCrypt Rescue Disk is recommended to create and store safely for system recovery by flashing USB flash drive or burning the CD DVD disk. Without knowing the password during after pre-test boot applications, when the system drive is fully encrypted or no rescue disk, it is data loss and I'm not responsible for it. Proceed at your own risk. So here's a demonstration. So let's open up VeraCrypt on. Now I'm gonna explain. So you can assign the drive letter when it's encrypted drive or anything encrypted file, and this will amount to any drive letter. So let's say you could select the device or select file, and this will mount as it's like a usually let's say it's just connected to USB flash drive, and you connect it to it, and then connect it to your PC, and this would not detect unless the user has to open VeraCrypt. I mean it's encrypted using VeraCrypt. So let's say I have unencrypted files on the documents. Now we're going to take a sample one. This is what I wrote, document file. You can see my answer there. No lost details. I'm using PNG files. It's just my my arts. It's unavailable on my social medias. Anyway, we're gonna create a volume. So if you want to create encrypted file container, so create a virtual encrypted disk with a file recommended for it. So it is recommended if you want to, yeah. And there's a standard. We're gonna select the standard. Yep. Now we're not never save history, so leave it check on. We're gonna select file. Let's say sample encryption. Next. Now there are there's lots of encryption methods. So A is selected default standard. But if you want more strong encryptions, then there's a Guzhnechik. That is very slowest encryption. I mean slowest encryption speed, but it gives a more strength, stronger. But it is not currently for 100% for all the encryption methods. But if you not sure, just leave it as AES. If you want to use a benchmark, I use the encryption method and then mean speed. Now let's go to a benchmark. Okay. Now we got a AES. We got a encryption 953 megabytes per second. And there is the slowest algorithm which is used for the commonly 41.4 megabytes, and still very slow for decryption. So for most users, I would recommend using AES, but for those some users who want to get more stronger protections, you can select the efficiency, but it's getting worse speed encryptions and decryption though. So let's select the AES. So we're good with that. It depends on newer computers. I mean, for hard drive speed. So I use M.2 NVMe. Anyway, now we're gonna select next. Now what are we going to say? So let's say I'm gonna select. So let's say I put 16 megabytes, and now we're gonna use password. Let's say. So you have to use a stronger password. The more length, the more gets stronger. But do not use like a common password, like say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or password or whatever, anything like that, any weakness password. So use the strongest password with a good one. So let's say if you want to use a PIM, it's optional, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. So this is optional, but now use key files is also optional, but the password is mandatory. Now it tells you the short passwords are easy to crack using brute force techniques, but it is recommended password consisting of 20 or more characters. But if you want to use a short password, I don't mind. You can select yes, but if you're not sure, you could. It is strong. It is recommended to have a 20 or more characters. So I'm gonna go. It's just my demonstrations. We use a fat. So remember the maximum file size of that is 4 gigabytes. The rest of it is NDVS exFAT are limited to much more bigger file sizes and partitions, but do not use none. I'm using Windows 7 VeraCrypt. I'm sorry, I'm using the outdated 1.26.7. Now we're gonna move Android, so let's take much more time. You see the red is over there, so we want to make sure that we reach over 100%. So, alright, once this green bar is reached, we're gonna select finish the now. Clusters default format. Yep. Now we're gonna format. So when you're creating a new encryption file container, this will only create a file, but this will like format, not format. Just format to create the volume. Yeah, let's take some time and see how it goes. So it says that the VeraCrypt volume has been successfully created. So we select OK. Yep. So if you want to create another VeraCrypt volume, you can click next, but otherwise we will click exit. Now we're gonna mount a drive loader, so make sure it is, if there's any, anyway, so we're gonna select the file, sample encryption, and we're gonna mount. Just use your own password. We're gonna select OK, and let's rotate it. Okay, I'm gonna open this up, go to computer, and here we have 16 megabytes. All right, I'm gonna copy. Make sure the file size is in. Don't worry, we're gonna select this one and all right, we're gonna copy. There you go. So once you're done using it, make sure you close all the files and make sure you save the files before you dismount it. Now use the password again to make sure verify are they same identical. Okay, just to double check. So it has decrypted successfully. All my arts are there. Yep. So if you want to encrypt the system partitions or entire system driver on Windows, let's encrypt the system. Select next. We will select normal. If you don't want sure that hidden, then it's fine. But I'm not responsible for that, so you need to be careful. That's one. So, but I use the normal, so use normal. And we're gonna encrypt the whole drive. Now, if you're not sure, because some computer manufacturers may use such areas to store tools and data for a system recovery system. If you're not totally sure, then hidden area should not be encrypted. Choose no above. So, but yeah, I would say this because you want to VeraCrypt to detect the encrypted such an hidden area at the end of system drive. So I would say no, but if you wanna do yes, yeah, it's up to you anyway. Now, if you had any multiboots, you can select any installed, like for example, Windows XP and Windows 7. But since I installed the Windows 7 only on this virtual machine, so I'm gonna select single boot. If it's only one operating system. Click next. And yes again. Next. Now we're gonna make a password. Alright. So we have to move randomly. We have to move the mouse randomly possible with this window. The longer you move, the better. So click next. So keys, salt, and other data have been successfully generated. If you want to generate the new keys, click back and then next. This is very important. So rescue disk. Before you encrypt the partition drive, you must create a VeraCrypt rescue disk. So let's say if a VeraCrypt bootloader, master key, or other critical data gets damaged, it allows you to restore it. Note, however, that you have to still enter the correct password. If Windows gets damaged and cannot start, the VRD allows you to permanently decrypt the partition drive before Windows starts. The VRD will contain backup a present content of the first drive track, which typically contains system loader or boot manager and will allow you to restore it if necessary. The VeraCrypt Rescue Disk ISO image will be created in the location specified below. So make sure it is very important. So you have to just burn the CD, DVD disk. So it's very important. So I would strongly recommend that for rescue disk if something happens with the system disk is corrupted or something else. So I was wondering, and you can use also USB flash drive to well, you just put the files on there. Well, you mounted the just flash it and then flash the USB flash drive, and this will be your VeraCrypt rescue disk. So, but however, if you don't want to, you can skip the rescue disk verification. So how it's up to you. So if you have no CD delivered, but you can store the rescue disk isoimage and removable drive. You could say I will connect the UCD to terminate process or CDD. So I would say I have no CD, and this is very important. You can pause the video to read this. So yeah, it is very important. Yes. If you already created the VeraCrypt rescue disk in the past, it cannot be reused for this system partition because it was created for different master key. So make sure you don't lose it, your files. You can use a wipe mode if you want to. It's up to you. So very impossible is 35 pass. Good man. 1 pass is a random data. So. And 3 and 7 passes it uses from US DoD. So I'll leave it as fastest for wipe mode. So click next. System encryption and needs to verify that is correct. Yep. Use will test the button. This will restart your computer. But if you click cancel now, nothing will be installed and the test will be not performed. So if you wanna use test, this will restart the computer. Read the rules and click OK, and you will accept the terms, and now we restart the computer. Alright, let's enter password. To make sure it is correct password, so I'm gonna press enter. If you're not sure, just enter, and this will verify password. So pre-test has been completed. Just read a warning. So if you're not sure, so please make sure you back up all the files. This is very important. I honestly don't know, guys, but just in case, just to back up all the files and defeat backup files and run the VeraCrypt again anytime here. So I'm okay with the virtual machine, and now start encrypt. And please read this one. Okay. Now we're gonna start encrypting. Now you can pause or divert any time to interrupt the process of encryption or decryption. Exit this wizard, restart or shut down your computer, and then resume the process, which will continue from the point it was stopped. To prevent the slowdown when the system or applications write or read data from system drive, VeraCrypt automatically waits until the data is written or read. This is as above, and then automatically continues encrypting and decrypting. If you wanna back up the files, you can just defer it, interrupt the postpone. Now, if you wanna resume interrupted process, you can do that, but we can back up. You can back up all the files, but just in case, if you're not sure about that, that's okay. And we're gonna resume interrupted process. So the system partition drive has been successfully encrypted. So now, if there are known system and VeraCrypt volumes that you need to have mounted automatically every time Windows starts, you can start up a mounting and then add mounted volume. This is the favorite setting. If they are non-system VeraCrypt volumes. Now click OK, and that is about it. And your whole system drive of Windows is encrypted and secured. Um, it is much stronger. It has no backdoor, like I said, than rather, for example, BitLocker and any third-party closed softwares. No, we can finish. And there's a rescue disk. So there's a repair options. You can do it. So there are options. Only. So do not give to anyone else. Just as this is a personal rescue disk. So if you want to permanently decrypt the system partition drive, you can select it, or restore a VeraCrypt bootloader, restore key data, restore original system loader. That is very important, and this contains a I don't know, like a backdoor backdoor access, just only USB flash drive or the disk for your own VeraCrypt Rescue Disk you installed on Windows system. Yeah. By the way, did you know that that Microsoft gave the customers a BitLocker encryption keys to the FBI, where they just uploaded it to online accounts with the recovery keys? Yeah, for the BitLockers, yes. That was January 24, 2026. Yes. So thanks for watching my tutorial how to use VeraCrypt. And if you like this video, please subscribe and leave a comment below and smash like button. Yep. This is Eesmaa signing off.